With us now in the studio. I can't lie about this too much, really. It's a caravan out the back of Wembley. It's Stuart Adamson from Big Country.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
I mean, a bit of a surprise this must have been for you today.
Well, it's just as much a surprise for us as it is for everyone else. I mean, we found out, well, we were asked last night at about 12:30 at night if we could manage to turn up and do it. And in fact, our gear was 3 minutes away from being on the boat to Sweden before it got called back. So I mean,
3 minutes, really?
Yep.
So it was actually
it was
that
between
time.
customs and the boat
Good heavens.
before it got called back.
Just in case people have joined us, I suppose, and don't realise why you had this this last-minute summons to Wembley, it's because, of course, the very bad news that Paul Young has had to withdraw from today's show on doctor's orders, which is, I suppose, never nice, really, from someone in your situation.
No, isn't it?
you know.
I'd like to wish him all the best and hope that he gets well soon and tell him to take it easy for a couple of weeks, because he's done a lot of work in the past year as well, you know.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully we should be speaking to Paul a little later on, but we're trying to put that phone call through now, so we'll let you know what happened, in fact. But so tell me, what were you about to be doing then? What would you have been doing today if the 3 minutes if the call had come 3 minutes later?
Well, today my wife Sandra and I and son Callum would have been packing our bags ready to go away to record the next album, which we were actually meant to be starting tomorrow, and so we had to put it back a day. But I think it's nice that people thought of asking us to play, and that's a good chance for us to go out, and it's like the last time we'll ever play this set anyway, so it's quite a good way to finish it off.
I bet you didn't realise you were going to be playing the set once more there, did you?
No, we didn't. We played it in Holland a few weeks ago and thought, well, that's it, that's that finished, and we've been doing a lot of new songs and stuff since then. And it's just a matter of sort of thinking back again 3 weeks and trying to remember all the chords.
So you haven't been rehearsing there for this last
No, we
3
haven't.
weeks?
Obviously, we haven't been rehearsing for anything. So we just have to go out and give it a good old thrash.
Now, it's been a while since you played in this country, isn't it?
It has been. The last time we played here was in at the very beginning of January in Glasgow. So it has been quite a while. And since that time we've been touring America and touring Japan. Unfortunately, it's one of these things, if people start buying your records abroad, it's a bit unfair not to go there and play and give people a chance to see the songs in a live situation, so you have to go and do that as well.
How's that been going there, in fact? Have you been playing some places as big as this? I mean, 72,000 people out there today.
Yeah, that's quite a few. No, not quite as big as this, but it's like a whole different ballgame in America. You play sort of bigger places anyway, and
it doesn't bother you, though?
No,
I
think it's far more embarrassing having to sing in front of 3 or 4 folk at a party than it is to go out and do something like this, you know.
I suppose. Let's talk about the new album a bit. Is it all written now, in fact? I mean, you're just going to record it?
Yeah, it's like 95% written. It's a case of recording all the songs we have and then just embellishing them a bit and seeing how it goes from there, really.
Well, this last year's been so successful. Obviously, you must feel you've got a lot to live up to, really, with this new material.
No, really, it's just a matter of writing some more songs, and I think, especially for a group like us, we do have a sort of communal aim between us anyway, and it's a matter of trying to stretch yourself that little bit further and try to do things where people don't say, oh, they're just reiterating past material, and it's a matter of trying to do that.
So it'll be different but the same, you're saying?
Hopefully, yeah.
The same Big Country sound, but perhaps taken a little bit further.
Yeah, I think so. I think over the past year it was like the first year was like learning the songs and then going out and doing them. And this year I think we've learned a lot more about each other as musicians and what we're interested in.
That must be incredibly important, though, obviously, at this stage of a band's life. You know, getting to know each other on stage and when you're playing the material.
Yeah, it is to learn how to work off other musicians rather than just everybody's playing a set piece all the time. We have started improvising a lot more over the past 3 or 4 months than we used to do.
And does that then get incorporated into the new material that you write, perhaps?
Yeah, I think so. I think when you learn to have that sort of fluidity between the musicians, then that does carry forth into any new stuff that I'll be writing or that we'll be writing between ourselves.
Well, look, good luck this afternoon. You're obviously
thanks.
looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I should think you will be, actually. The audience are great. They're really enjoying themselves, I think, out there. Have a good time too, Stuart.
Let's hope so.
Thanks very much indeed.
Listen, we were going to send Tony Blackburn out here, but they sent me out instead. I hope you can all hear okay, and I hope you're enjoying yourself. I want to say thank you on behalf of Radio 1 for coming. Don't forget Elton John will be on later. Let me just tell you that unfortunately, as you may or may not know, Paul Young couldn't be with us today. He's got a throat infection, so please can we all say, get well soon, Paul. I love you more than my own parents. And I'd like to welcome on stage, and I'd like you to give them a really warm round of applause. Let me just tell you that they were actually on a ferry and they've stepped in at the last moment. So live on Radio 1 and live at Wembley, would you please welcome Big Country?
Big Country, this is 1,000 stars.